Hey yo, and how we doing today, everybody? Welcome back to the garden. Thanks for tuning in. Unsalted Organics here, and this is episode 1 of a new grow series that we are going to be doing with Bloom Plus LED. They were gracious enough to send me out their BP-3000. It is a quantum board style LED light, pulls about 300 watts from the wall. Samsung LED diodes, has a very nice red spectrum for what I've seen. And we are going to be growing autoflowers inside the 3x4 5-Par Spectre 10. Enough talk, let's tear into this thing. I want to see it. Alright, super easy to unpackage. There's just a little piece right here, a little piece of tape right here on the box, cut it, pulled this thing right out. Now I do have another light from LED Tonic. I have their BP-1000 that I got probably about a year ago, and the one thing I did appreciate about that light as soon as I got it was the quality of the packaging. And it seems like this one is packaged just as well. See this? Styrofoam there, styrofoam all the way around, and this thing pulls off in 2 pieces, and boom. Let's get these ratchet straps out of here. I'm actually gonna flip it around so we can see what the diodes look like. Always love it when a light comes with a high quality ratchet straps. Always use these if you can. I have a ton of them laying around, but you can never have enough. Comes with a little informative pamphlet. Hanging instructions. Doesn't look like there's a PPFD map on it anywhere, but still some good information. So the BP-3000 is a 20-inch by 18.9 inch by 2.36 inch thick. I'm guessing that's with the driver. Only weighs 12.79 pounds. Spectrum 660 to 665 nanometers. 3200 to 4200 Kelvin, a whole bunch of shit that I don't understand. All right, but the one thing that we do understand is coverage. You know, it can veg a 5 foot by 5 foot. It can flower a 4 foot by 4 foot. I know the wattage. It pulls 300 watts from the wall. So that's what we want. That's what we're worried about. So since it can flower a 4x4, should have no issue flowering a 3x4. Okay, let's see this bad boy. You ready? Ready for it? I love this packaging. Also, this packaging, save this packaging, because if you ever need to put this away for moving, blah, 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 this is so easy to get back into this box. And boom. It looks so good, guys. It is a little bit, the boards are a little bit smaller than I thought they were going to be. But if they say they can veg a 5x5 and flower a 4x4, who am I to tell them that they're lying? But I mean, that's what the test is for. They sent me this light to give them and you my honest opinion about the light. Now, just with the Bloom Plus BP-1000 I like the build. I know that I like the build. It's a solid build. It's not a heavy light. The heat sinks don't get too hot. And there's a decent amount of diodes on here. I believe there's infrared, UV, extra reds, something about an extra 650 nanometers from the red spectrum. I don't quite know what that means. If any of you know what that means, feel free to leave it down in the comments. I love talking to y'all. First impression, nicely packaged. It is a little bit heavy, with the drivers attached to it. Flip that around, check it out. So there's 2 styles of quantum boards that I actually own. So the quantum board with the drivers that are attached to it, and the quantum board that have the drivers unattached to it. I personally like the drivers unattached. So LED diodes, they don't like to get hot. And in my opinion, with the driver attached to the heatsink itself, that's just raising the temperature of the entire light. All of this is going to be hotter because these are attached. I do see there are some screws. I could absolutely take these drivers off of this heatsink and mount them somewhere else. With a long enough cord, some lights even give you an option to mount them outside your tent if your tent gets too hot. I really like that. I'm not taking any shots at Bloom Plus for not doing that, because you see 90% or more of the quantum boards or the LED lights that have drivers. The drivers are mounted. I'm just saying, I do have lights where the driver is unmounted. It gives you the freedom to mount it somewhere else. I like that option. These are not Meanwhile drivers. They are Done drivers. I'm guessing that's, yep, it's a Chinese company. I've never heard anything about Done drivers, good or bad. Completely blank slate for my opinion. So we're gonna see. But it's a good build. Enough jabbering, you know, let's get this bad boy installed. Done. Pretty easy setup. It was actually more difficult getting my light out of this tent than getting this light into this tent. But with the packaging, this was super easy. I had it all set up to put on the ratchet hangers and just boop, up she goes. Decent amount of red diodes. Doesn't look like any diodes or any bulbs are burnt out. I do have it dimmed to 50% right now because we have seedlings in this tent. I have the light 30 inches away, and I dimmed it down to 50%. I haven't really had a chance to go over the PPFD chart for this light for a 3x3. I actually don't even know if there is one for a 3x3, but if not, I'll just go by one that they have for the 4x4, and I'll adjust the light to the specifications I need. But for now, I feel like 30 inches, 50% on a 300 watt light is a safe bet. I do have it plugged in to a wattage meter. Don't know if you're gonna be able to see this. Yeah, there you go. So I have it dimmed down. I cranked it all the way up, and it was actually over 300 watts. It was like 306.4 watts. I dimmed it down to 50%. So let's talk about the dimming on this a little bit, go over the light. I honestly, I'm not a fan of the dimming switch on this. It has these little plugs here that they just pull out, and then you have to get a little screwdriver in there and turn it left or turn it right. Turn it left, dims it, turn it right, cranks it up. Which, I mean, getting the screwdriver in there and all is easy enough, but like with the conveniency of the technology that's available for dimming switches, this just seems a little you know, a little past its prime. And there's dimmers on both drivers, so I had to go and dim this one 25% and dim that one 25% to dim this entire light 50%. So there's a little bit of math involved. I mean, it's not hard math, but I mean, just a little switch with like 50, 75, 25, you know, a dimming switch, a nice dimming switch. I think that could be a major upgrade on this light. It came with this kind of unique style ratchet hanger. Usually you see 4 of these that come up into hoops like that, and you can either hook a ratchet strap to each one or bring 2 together. But this one, it's kind of like a Y, and it just loops in the middle and goes in. So this is just 2 pieces. That was super easy to install. I am a little bit worried about its strength though. It felt kind of flimsy. I have a little bit more heavy duty hangers, and I actually might swap those out. So if there's one thing I do, that might be it. Because yeah, the light that I just took out of here was lighter than this, and it had heavier duty hangers. So I mean, maybe it's fine, but it just feels kind of flimsy, and lifting it up, it felt kind of flimsy. But let's take a little look at what we have going on. I'm going to be releasing an episode in the next few days, really going over this tent. This video was more about the light and the installation. We do have some seeds in the soil. There are just little babies, but there is a cool experiment going on right here. So you have to tune in soon to see that. But we are going to be doing 2 full harvests under this light, seed to flower. This is going to be the first one, and we will go over that in the next episode. But thank you very much to Bloom Plus for sending out this light. I'm very excited to get the opportunity to work with you and test it out. That is all I have today. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe, leave a comment, have a conversation. I'll talk to you next time. Peace.